art also happens to be the way another Minnesota man got through the most difficult challenge of his life. He recently marked 2 years in his commitment to sobriety.
And he says it was both family and work that gave him the strength he needed. Our Pauline Lee reports his journey hasn't been easy, but the difficult road has led to some beautiful creations and revelations.
You walk away energized. How could you not?
In a small home office in Minneapolis, Matt Moberg finds bliss between his brushstrokes.
Every stroke, I tried to think about what is the good gift that I got to wake up to today. The beauty of it, it takes a lot of strokes to make a big painting.
These days, he says he has a lot to be thankful for.
So how's life?
I'm grateful. You know, another day, another chance to come out and try to be better.
A self-taught artist.
What does water look like? Like that?
Dedicating time to his craft just about every day.
And so I think I've been really drawn to horses, especially as of late.
Each colorful creation
There's so much color in here.
Gives him meaning.
It keeps me alive, keeps me sane.
And reflection on how hard it's been to get to this point.
It's preemptive. It's how I make sure that I don't go back to where I once was.
A husband and father of 3, he also serves as a pastor at The Table, a church in South Minneapolis, and as co-chaplain for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's also a musician.
Yeah.
But a couple of years ago, it all became too much.
You are Superman. You are capable. You can be in all places at once and be everybody's answer to everybody's question, but I can't. And I think for me, it's been a very destructive force to lie about who I actually am.
So destruction, what kind of destruction?
It turned to drinking all the time. It got really bad in ways people don't know, you know.
He struggled, knowing he needed help, but not knowing how to get it.
I mean, can we get real? I was driving home and I had been drinking pretty heavily, and I was hoping I would get into an accident or the cops would pull me over and force my hand to try to go into recovery or change things.
There was no crash and no police to pull him over. But there were 3 young boys at home who looked to him as a role model.
If I need a drink to be a good dad, that's not who I'm aspiring to be. It's not what I believe is good. It's not what's healthy.
He started going to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings.
The tokens, the medallions that we got, these are some of mine right here.
In some ways, he says it was freeing.
When I was able to say out loud in the presence of others that, hi, I'm Matt, and I'm an alcoholic. I've been terrified of saying those words out loud for a long time.
The art became a part of his recovery as a suggestion from his therapist.
Now, pink on the nose, not as psyched about that one. Part of it, too, is I'm not on a stage, you know? There's not a guitar on me. There's not a pulpit before me. I don't need to be anybody or for. This is just can you just let whatever comes out, come out?
He now sells his work on his website and has also commissioned pieces for the Timberwolves, including one for this season's City Edition jersey release.
I'm kind of digging this one.
But success has also come with setbacks.
Yeah.
Matt has relapsed twice in the past couple of years, most recently last summer when his wife Lauren found him on the floor, unresponsive, and had to call an ambulance.
I remember the smell of the hospital. I remember looking at her. I remember telling Lauren, I don't know why I'm in the hospital.
But for every relapse, there's a chance at recovery.
And for me, the idea of I just fell flat on my face, but I can get up again is powerful.
More than 9 months have passed since then.
What's your longest stretch of being sober? Is it right now?
I think so, yeah.
How does it feel?
I feel really good right now.
Art continues to be his constant.
There's that therapeutic, meditative side for me with art.
And he hopes it serves as a reminder for others that things aren't always black and white.
That's a sweet, blendy kind of color that we got going on here.
That each piece is progress, not perfection.
It's not over, would be my #1 message.
And every day is a chance to keep fighting.
Life is a gift. Love is the point. And the more you try to outrun who you actually are, the more you miss out on that gift.
Pauline Lee joins us here now. First off, wonderful story.
Thank you.
I'm curious to know, he seemed very open to walking us through his struggle. Was he as open as he seemed?
Yes, and it took him a while to get there.
It
So
did?
everyone's journey is different in terms of your recovery efforts, but it's not something that people are proud to say that, hi, I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And like, it takes time to get to that point. And so for him, it's been quite the journey for the past couple of years in trying to get to that point and trying to stay at that point, because recovery isn't just like a one and done. Obviously, as we
clearly.
just heard
Ongoing.
from Matt, it's ongoing. And so I have to say, since the story aired originally this past Easter Sunday, he's had a number of people reach out to him about questions about his recovery, about their own recovery as well. And that's the whole point, right? So that's why we do these stories. For him, for me, the privilege of sharing that story is to hopefully help others in the recovery. So if anyone needs resources, if you are struggling, if you know someone who is struggling, head to our website. We do have resources on there. I have Matt's website on there. We have the table. Matt's church is on there as well. Different ways to connect, because you're not alone in this, right?
No, you're not. And being vulnerable out there to admit, yeah, I have relapsed. I did end up back in the hospital, and I know what that means. But his artwork is so beautiful.
And
Self-taught.
Self-taught. And
What?
Here's the thing. Like I mentioned in the story that it was a suggestion from his therapist, because his therapist had said, what is something that you don't think that you can do? And he, if you look in the video, he mentioned he has tremors. I didn't include this in the story, but he's got tremors, and you can kind of see it in his hand. So he never thought that he could do art. And the therapist said, that's what you need to do.
Wow.
Because you need to concentrate on that. That slows you down. It gives you something to work on. And so ever since, he comes up with these masterpieces that are incredible.
Unbelievable.
Right?
Can we buy those Timberwolves? Like you mentioned, he's worked with the
That's a good
Timberwolves.
question. Yeah, so he's a co-chaplain
Sells
for the
it?
Minnesota Timberwolves. Yep, so he
his
sells his
website.
pieces on his website as well. So yeah, his pieces are incredible.
Wow. Pauline, thank you so much for sharing that story.
Thank you guys.